I'm going to talk to this guy because he wants to talk to me. How are you? Good. You having a nice day?
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
Yes, you probably heard of Jesus not knowing the hour of his return.
Yes.
So if God is all-knowing, how did not Jesus know the hour of his return?
Okay. So the term God in that sentence that you've just made, if God is all-knowing, right? The term God there is referring to the divinity. It's talking about the divine nature.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right? And so when we say God is all-knowing, what we mean is that God possesses all knowledge, which I'm sure you agree with, right? Right? However, Christians don't just believe that God has a divine nature. We also believe that he has a human nature. And do you agree with me that human nature is not all-knowing? But do you also agree with me that all that a man knows, all that a human nature knows, is actually the knowledge of God? Right. So when Jesus says, "No one knoweth the day nor the hour, nor the angels, nor the Son, only the Father," he's speaking as a human being in that he possesses the knowledge, but he does not have access to the knowledge. Let me give you an example to clarify what I mean. Have you ever been in a position where you've gone home, put down your keys or a card or something, then you wanted it and you couldn't pick it back up? Right. But then you remembered later and you pick it back up. So you always had the knowledge, didn't you? And it was about access to the knowledge that you had. So that's what's happening with Jesus. He has the knowledge, but because of his human nature, he does not have access to the knowledge. Okay? Okay. Have a lovely day. Have you got a Bible, bro?
No.
Can I give you one? No. I'd like to give you a gospel.
No, I'm reading it on my phone.
You've got it on your phone?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, right? There's a hadith, okay? Could I give you this, sister?
I'm not good with hadith, to be honest. Ask him about Quran, but...
Okay, well, here's a question about the Quran, okay? Do you know the story where Muhammad ends up abolishing adoption in Surah? Actually, I'll take it back now. Right? I want to ask you this question about the Quran.
Adultery with Aisha.
No, I didn't say that. So in this story in the Quran, in Surah 33, it says, "It is not fitting for a believer man or woman when a matter has been decided by Allah and his messenger." How does Muhammad participate in the decisions of Allah?
Let me say again.
It says it right here. Yeah, here's the Arabic. In Surah 33, Ayah 56, it says, "It is not fitting for a believer, man or woman, when a matter has been decided by Allah and his messenger." How does Muhammad participate in the decisions of Allah?
It does not say. It says,
that's what it says.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
Right. Can a man, what sovereignty does a man have that Allah doesn't have? None. Right. So here, Muhammad is participating in the sovereignty of Allah. Him and Allah are deciding something together. How is that possible?
How can Allah decide and Jesus and Muhammad decide together?
Yeah, that's the question I'm asking. And it goes on to have any option about their decision. Does the word "there" in the plural appear in the Arabic? There. There. So it is doubling down. It says, by Allah and his messenger, to have any opinion about their decision. So that means Muhammad is participating in the decision of Allah. How does that make sense?
Yes.
Is it Allah's sovereignty or Muhammad's sovereignty?
Could be a revelation from Allah and told him what to do.
Yeah, but it says that it's saying that Muhammad participates in the decision. How can Muhammad participate in the decision of Allah? He's just a messenger. The Quran says again and again and again and again and again, Muhammad is naught but a messenger.
Yeah.
So if he's naught but a messenger, he communicates the decisions of others. But here, the Quran is testifying that Muhammad participates in the decision of Allah. How does that make sense? I thought he was just a messenger.
Isn't it the same kind
I'll
of
talk
logic?
to you about Hinduism in a minute.
It's fine.
In fact, we'll do it as soon as I'm done with this guy.
No,
So no, I'll talk to you about Hinduism in a second. So my point to you is, bro, that your Quran has a contradiction in it. So is Muhammad a messenger or a decider? It could be both. Does the Quran say, is it fitting that the messenger of Allah should participate in deciding something with Allah? That's shirk.
Deciding, so what's deciding?
What's shirk?
Shirk when you shirk
Associate partners. So if me and you make a joint decision in a business enterprise, are we partners?
I don't understand.
No, just answer my question. So the question is, if me and you make a joint decision, are we partners?
In a business aspect, yeah.
Right, okay. So, one second. I didn't actually, in the second time that I asked the question, I didn't put in the word business. Right, you say no. You say if we make a decision together, we're not partners. Are we partners in the decision?
Yes.
Decision, yes.
Thank you. So we are partners in the decision, so we are partners. Right, and here the Quran is saying, by Allah and His Messenger, to have any option about their, plural, decision. So that means that Muhammad and Allah are partners according to the Quran. What's shirk? What's shirk, bro? Yeah, he's walked away. Yeah. So the Quran has a. So the Quran is saying. So the Quran is talking about shirk.
Yeah, so how does this making decision with Allah makes it shirk? How?
Right. Because shirk is to ascribe partners to Allah.
Associated, no?
Yes, associate partners with Allah. That's shirk.
Yeah.
Right?
So what's wrong? What's wrong with Allah making a decision with His own
Great.
messenger?
So if Allah and Muhammad are making a decision together, then they are partners in that decision. And that is associating partners with Allah.
To agree on something that makes you partners.
Look, bro, it literally, I'll read it again because you weren't here at the beginning. Right? It is not fitting for a believer, man or woman, when a matter has been decided by Allah and His Messenger, to have any option about their decision.
Is that word
One
made
second. So if Allah and Muhammad are partners in a decision, then they are partners, and Allah is associating a partner with Himself, which is shirk.
So how does
It's a Muslim production, made in Saudi Arabia, by scholars from Medina University. It's their translation, not an English one, not a Christian one, not a non-believer. Muslim translation. Look, you read it in the Arabic. You read it in the Arabic, bro.
Could be playing with words, but you say no.
Well, you're saying that would mean the Muslim scholars are playing with words. It's their translation, it's not mine. And actually, he confirmed it because he just read the Arabic. The word and there are in the Arabic. There is plural referent. If you say there following Allah and Muhammad, then you're saying there about Allah and Muhammad. And it's saying their decision.
Their decision.
Do you understand the logic, bro?
Yes. On the same level, making a decision.
Do you understand the logic?
Him and God's making a decision together.
Yeah, Muhammad and God are making. So it's partnership. And that's the definition of shirk. The Quran is teaching shirk.
Not necessarily.
Right, so maybe you can answer my question then. It says it is not fitting for a believer, man or woman, when a matter has been decided by Allah and His Messenger, to have any option about their decision. So who makes the decision? Allah or Allah and Muhammad or Muhammad? That, right. However, what you've said is not what the Quran has just said.
Yeah, but that's translation. So
No, I confirmed the Arabic with him.
what'd you say?
I confirmed the Arabic.
وما كان لمؤمن ولمؤمنة إذا قضى الله ورسوله أمرا.
Is the word "and" there?
Muhammad is used as a
Is the word there? There. Is that word there in the Arabic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. So,
as in,
one second. What's your name, bro?
Let me read it. Akbar.
Akbar. So just think like a logical person,
Where are
right?
you reading from?
Here, right? So here's the Arabic, here's the English. I didn't translate the English, Muslim scholars translated the English. If it says Allah and Muhammad have made a decision, and then in the very next clause it says their decision, then the word there is referent to Allah and Muhammad. And if Allah and Muhammad have participated in a decision, they are partners in the decision. And that is shirk. Go on, show me where my logic's wrong.
On the bush, man. What are you talking about?
Well, you explain.
Simple.
Go on.
Make decision. The prophet is
a messenger.
Is
Exactly.
following the order of God. That's simple.
Follow them.
Yeah, it doesn't say follow.
Said they made it together.
Yeah, it says it made it together. It says they made it together.
Together. What's the
Yeah, they went in the
It says they made it
That's what I'm
together.
saying. We lost in translation.
translation, man.
Yeah.
Don't look for something.
It says they made it together.
for something else.
No. We're sticking on this. Right. We're sticking on this. So let's just read it again and think logically, right? There's no trick here. Right. Wait, let me read it in English. It says, it is not fitting for a believer, man or woman, when a matter has been decided by Allah and His messenger, to have any option about their decision. So who's made the decision according to the Quran? Allah and Muhammad. Can you have an option about their decision? No, you can't. So Muhammad and Allah are partners in the decision. And that means that Allah is making Muhammad his partner, and that is shirk. So go on, explain where my logic has gone wrong. Explain where my logic has gone wrong.
Whatever he wants.
Go on, why is it silly? Is shirk a major sin in Islam?
Our religion is clear.
Is shirk a major sin in Islam? Why are you running from the question?
We know, don't worry.
Why are you running from the
We're
question?
not running.
So answer the question. Is shirk a major sin in Islam? Now answer the question. Is shirk a major sin in Islam?
Yeah.
What is shirk?
Sure.
Go on.
If you worship something apart from
It's
God.
to associate partners with Allah, isn't
Yeah,
it?
if you worship somebody.
Thank
else,
you.
Like you worship the
Right,
stone.
1 second.
You worship the stone, yeah?
1 second.
You worship the stone?
No, that's in
shirk.
Mecca, that's the
Yeah.
Kaaba.
No,
That's
it's
the
not.
Kaaba
Kaaba
stone in
is
Mecca.
direction.
That's the
Kaaba
Kaaba
is
stone in
direction. Kaaba
Mecca.
is
Anyway,
direction. It's direction.
coming back to this. So firstly, let's give a full definition of shirk according to Islam. The full definition of shirk is to say that something other than Allah is God, or to associate partners with Allah, or to give the attributes of Allah to someone other than Allah. The sovereignty of the decision is an attribute of Allah. And Allah is saying in His Quran that He is in partnership with Muhammad in making a decision, which means that He is a partner in the sovereignty of Allah. That is, by your own argument, your own definition of shirk, in your Quran.
You are so stupid. Yeah. We follow this
Well, that's an ad hominem
You are
insult.
so stupid.
That's not an
You are
argument.
so stupid.
What's wrong with my
2 billion,
argument?
2 billion
Tell me what's
people
wrong with my
follow.
argument. That's just an insult.
Bring something
That's just an insult.
like something, we can discuss, we talk about.
That's just you running away from the topic. That's just you running away from the topic. Answer the
Running
question.
away.
Yes, you are.
God make decision.
Answer.
The prophet is following
Right.
him.
Now you heard what he all said. You heard what he all said. God made the decision. That's his words. Now let's read the Quran and see if the Quran says the same as him. Does God make the decision? It says, it is not fitting for a believer, man or woman, when a matter has been decided by Allah alone. No, it doesn't say that. What does it say here, love? What is that? What's those? And the messenger. So the Quran says the very opposite of what he just said. Doesn't say Allah alone makes the decision. It says Allah and Muhammad make a decision. And then it doubles down. What does it say here, love? It says to have any option about, what's that word?
I don't think you understand.
There. There. If the word there, who's that referring to?
How do Muslim scholars resolve this question?
Answer my question.
I agree with on
Who?
the face of it, it's incorrect.
Right.
How do Muslim scholars?
I'll tell you exactly what they do.
What do they say?
They say exactly what he said. They simply ignore what the verse says and say the opposite. They say that Allah alone makes the decision and Muhammad is just the messenger, which is what he said. But that is not what the Quran says, and you're supposed to affirm what Allah affirms and deny what Allah denies, and yet you aren't affirming what Allah affirms and you aren't denying what Allah denies.
Something else.
No, that's just you're running. You've been right. Go on. Can we read? Can we read from Ibn? Where am I reading?
Ibn Abbas.
Okay, so reading from Ibn Abbas says this: and it becometh not a believing man, Zayd, or a believing woman, Zainab, when Allah and His Messenger have decided. Did you hear that? This is Ibn Abbas's interpretation. Yeah. When Allah and His Messenger have decided an affair for them, to marry them, they should after that claim any say in that affair. They should not have any choice other than what Allah and His Messenger chose for them. That's Ibn Abbas affirming that Muhammad participates in the decision. Great question. How? Now I'm going to prove to you that my argument is sound. I'm going to prove to you that my argument is sound. In Islam, can you have compulsory marriage?
What's compulsory marriage?
Can you force people to marry against their will? It depends.
By force, by force.
Can you force people to marry against their will? Right. So this passage, right, because you're a great Islamic scholar and you know everything, what's this passage about?
Did they say that?
What's this passage about?
Did they say that?
No, I'm just mocking you. I'm just mocking you. What's this passage about?
Well, could it be because he's a messenger, he's speaking through Allah?
Right.
It doesn't seem like it's a joint decision.
I'm going to address the decision.
Yeah, it must be.
Right. I'm going to show you that they're partners in the decision.
Speaks. It's from revelation.
Wait,
Even when you speak,
can I address your point?
it's good.
Do you want me to address your point?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
throwing out stuff.
Right. So here's why my argument is totally sound. Because Muslims will say that you can't have compulsory marriage. This was Allah making a decision about Muhammad marrying someone, which means Muhammad also had to have made the decision as well. And so because Allah is commanding Muhammad to marry his cousin, the cousin that he's married to his adopted son, because Allah is commanding, Muhammad has to agree, and so they are partners in the decision, and that is shirk. Where is my logic wrong?
Show me the.
You,
Get him, boys.
right.
Get him,
I'm not
boys.
sure which ayah.
Surah 33. Surah 33. This is a reason you should just abandon the Quran. Surah 33,
You wish.
Ayah 36.
This is your wish.
He's already abandoned the
This is your
hadith.
wish.
He's already abandoned the
Forget it,
hadith.
my friend.
He's already abandoned the hadith.
Forget.
And he already
Forget, this is your
believes
wish.
that
That's
Jesus
your
is
wish.
divine.
That's
Yeah,
your
what
wish.
to say here?
Okay.
What's your question?
Is the word, now you're honest, I know you're honest about what the Quran says. Does it say Allah and His Messenger?
Messenger, yes.
Does it say and?
Yeah, but he doesn't say the prophet.
Right, 1 second. Next,
Doesn't say Muhammad.
1 second. Does it say their decision?
Yes,
Their decision.
Of course, yes.
Those two words are in the Arabic.
yes. And also we should obey God and the messenger.
Right. So Muhammad and Allah are participating in a decision, aren't they?
No.
Go on, explain how.
Muhammad, Allah and the messenger, which is the messenger, which is the Quran. Muhammad, we cannot obey. As mentioned, we must obey God and the messenger.
So you're saying the Quran is the messenger?
It's the message, yes.
Right. But the
We
Quran,
cannot obey Muhammad at the age of 12.
but the Quran is just the words of Allah, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that means that it's not a separate person, is it?
Like a girl, man.
The book, you mean?
The book is not a separate person, is it?
No.
Right.
It's the word of.
It's the
word of
message.
God, yeah.
It's the message.
It's the message.
Right. So if you're saying that when it says messenger, it's referring
To the message.
to the Quran,
Yes.
right? Then that means that Allah has spoken erroneously. Because books don't make decisions. Agreed?
The book don't make decisions.
Books don't make decisions, do they?
Yeah, but the law and the legislation, all of it in the Quran.
Yeah, but that's not my question. Do books make decisions? No. Books can record
God wants to
decisions.
make decisions.
Books can't make decisions. So this, therefore, if your tasphere is correct, right, and we're talking about Allah and the Quran, then that means that there is no there. It's just Allah making the decision, but it pluralizes the participants in the decision.
But said clearly, Allah and His message.
No, it says messenger. You know it it says messenger,
Yes,
not message.
Message is the same.
In
message come from the messenger. Obey God,
wait,
obey the messenger.
wait. Is the word messenger and the word message the same in Arabic?
No.
No. What's the word for message in Arabic?
Message.
Yes.
Risala.
Come from
And what's the
messenger.
word messenger?
Rasul.
Right. So they're not the same thing. He's Arabic speaking.
I know easy. My friend. Messenger come from the message. Message come from the message.
Here's an easier thing for you all to do, is to accept that the Quran's got a contradiction in it. Just accept that the Quran's got a contradiction in it.
Must be tafsir.
Go on, pull out your I read the Tasfir of Ibn Abbas, and Ibn Abbas agrees that Muhammad participates in the decision.
Messenger, yes.
He got out Ibn Abbas's Tasfir, and Ibn Abbas says that Muhammad participates in the decision. So that means that there's shirk in the Quran. Tell me, is it befitting to have shirk in the
But
Quran?
you're using the term, the word shirk in the wrong terms. The word shirk is when you don't just only associate partners with Allah, is when you worship someone rather than Allah.
Right, but when it's also when you attribute when you give the attributes of Allah to someone other than Allah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So sovereignty is an attribute of Allah, isn't
When
it?
you believe there's
Sovereignty over the decision is an attribute of Allah, isn't it?
sorry?
Sovereignty, i.e., that means to rule, to make a command,
Yeah.
right? That command belongs to Allah alone, doesn't it? But this is saying it belongs to Allah and Muhammad.
Don't say belong. They made the decision.
They made the decision. So if they made the decision, is Muhammad making a decision? There you go then. So that's shirk. Thank you.